Adam Schiff, because he created 3 years of a massive fallacy that did so much damage to this country and made us miss probably one of the most important stories of our lifetime. We were having hearings on impeachment while the coronavirus was exploding.
Greg Gutfeld just lit up live TV with a scorching takedown, this time aiming straight at Congressman Adam Schiff.
Congressman Schiff, how are you?
Shame, shame on you. Oh, yeah. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Gutfeld.
So, Congressman, I gotta ask, how did it feel to have your ass chewed out like that in front of your colleagues?
Oh, well, I will say this, Mr. Gutfeld.
Just when you thought politics couldn't get more absurd or more entertaining, Greg Gutfeld cranked up the volume. Whether you're glued to the headlines or just catching the highlights, this one's worth your attention. Congressman Adam Schiff, long the poster boy for political drama, got torched on live TV. Gutfeld didn't hold back, ripping into Schiff's flair for fiction and his non-stop craving to stay in the spotlight. It was brutal, it was public, and it pulled no punches.
Hearings on impeachment while the coronavirus was exploding. We talked about that virus in green rooms, but we had to do this impeachment story. We had to show these hearings. It's all on him, man. He's got to go. They got to investigate him. They got to hold him accountable. I'm not going to say he should go to prison, but my evil twin will say he should go away to prison for a very long time.
It felt less like political commentary and more like a full-blown roast, with real consequences on the line.
And the irony is superb. He went crying to mommy on an app run by Chinese commies. Congressman Adam Schiff announced this morning he's running for U.S. Senate in California, which is guaranteed to boost U-Haul rentals headed for Texas. He unveiled the highly polished and produced political ad right on the heels of getting booted from the House Intel Committee. Coincidence? I think.
Gutfeld appeared determined to tear apart every narrative Schiff had ever built, delivering his takedowns with a blend of biting humor and sharp criticism.
Dems pop their dentures when Schiff finally gets censored. And so the House condemns the lies of the man with the zombie eyes. Last night, the House voted on party lines to censure Adam Schiff for promoting the Trump-Russia collusion hoax, which was as believable as Brian Kilmeade getting fan mail. 2 for 2. Schiff becomes only the 26th member ever to be censured, but to his credit, he's still the only member to have a 12-inch...
This wasn't just a critique, it was a calculated takedown, exposing how Schiff often came off more like a spontaneous playwright than a serious lawmaker. And Gutfeld revealed it all with a smirk that felt like justice beamed straight through the screen.
That and the fact that Schiff hasn't blinked since 1992. And he didn't take the news so well. The disgraced Democrat went on TikTok to complain. Behold.
Hello, I'm Congressman Adam Schiff with some troubling news. Today, Kevin McCarthy removed me from the House Intelligence Committee, all for doing my job, for holding Trump accountable and standing up to the extreme MAGA Republicans.
If bold, hard-hitting commentary with a side of entertainment is your thing, then you're in the right place. Don't just sit back. Hit that subscribe button. By supporting this channel, you help keep this kind of sharp, no-holds-barred content coming your way. And trust me, you won't want to miss a single second of what can only be described as pure TV gold. Subscribe now, and let's keep peeling back the layers of political drama together. Gutfeld's ultimate roast. Let's talk about what might just be Greg Gutfeld's finest roast of Congressman Adam Schiff. Sure, Greg's known for his biting wit, but this segment took it to another level. You could almost feel the burn of every punchline through the screen. It all kicked off with a signature Gutfeld jab. The eyes. Yep, Schiff's famously wide, always on alert eyes. Greg quipped that they looked like they were stuck in a permanent state of mild panic, like Schiff was constantly shocked by his own reflection. But that was just the beginning. Gutfeld tore through Schiff's greatest hits of political drama, starting with the infamous Russia collusion storyline. He didn't just criticize, he reframed Schiff entirely, not as a serious lawmaker, but more like a director of an endless political soap opera, with himself cast as the star every single time.
Sleeper Adam, not even Mitt Romney could help him. Everyone knew there weren't enough votes to convict. Even the media, their only way out of this hell, pretending that Mitt was a hero. Poor Adam. He really thought he had him. Well, we've talked about who won the impeachment trial. Now let's talk about who didn't. As I've said before, don't think the Dems aren't going to stop trying to find dirt on Trump. They'll look anywhere. Hell, they'll go to a local high school if they thought they...
And to Greg, that was the real comedy. Schiff thrived on spinning grand tales of conspiracy, with facts nowhere in sight. It was like watching someone hype up a fireworks show and then show up holding sparklers.
Schiff champions transparency, all the while saying the whistleblower might not testify because it's a safety concern, he maintains, because we all know CIA agents can't protect themselves against non-existent threats, or that our government can't protect him from your Aunt Sally.
Our primary interest right now is making sure that that person is protected. Indeed, now there's more than one whistleblower that they are protected. And given that we already have the call record, we don't need the whistleblower who wasn't on the call to tell us what took place during the call. We have the best.
Greg didn't let up, pointing out how Schiff refused to back down, even as his conspiracy theories unraveled faster than your grandma's old ball of yarn. He stood there, full of conviction, like an overconfident magician promising the moon while secretly palming a deck of trick cards.
Full details about the conditionality of either the military aid or that meeting with the Ukraine president. It may not be necessary to take steps that might reveal the whistleblower's identity to do that.
Not necessary, so much for transparency. But like everything, the Dems haven't thought this through. So not only are you going to impeach Trump, you're going to do it in secret, in the dark, reversing an election based on hearsay from some anonymous guy you will never ever see who has ties.
Let's be honest, at times, Schiff looked less like a congressman and more like an actor lost in his own script. Gutfeld nailed it when he said watching Schiff's public appearances felt like tuning into a long-running show that should have been cancelled seasons ago. What really amused Greg was Schiff's unshakable confidence, even after one blunder after another. It was like watching someone keep doubling down at a blackjack table, clueless that the house had already cleaned him out. According to Gutfeld, Schiff was that guy at the casino trying to win it all back, armed with nothing but a busted Uno card. You almost wanted to shake him and say, "Look around, man. Is this really how you want your political career to end?" But Gutfeld wasn't done. Not even close. He broke down what he called the Schiff cycle, a predictable loop of dramatic accusations, followed by hollow promises of damning evidence that never actually showed up. It was like having a friend who always insists the next move is the big one, despite a track record of flops. Theatrical delivery next, Gutfeld took aim at Schiff's flair for the dramatic. His breathless claims of secret evidence sounded more like a bad Hollywood script than serious congressional statements. It was suspense without substance, like being promised a gripping crime thriller, only to be handed the trailer. Schiff speeches. When it came to speeches, Greg didn't pull punches. Sure, Schiff could spin a story, but according to Gutfeld, his speeches had all the energy of a DMV line. Less rally cry, more slow fade into nap time. While Schiff warned of looming national crises, most viewers were already flipping channels or scrolling their phones. Style and persona, and then came the roast of Schiff's style. Gutfeld didn't just go after policy, he went after presentation. The suits looked like they were picked out by a nervous accountant. The ties screamed high school debate club runner-up. Visually, Schiff seemed more likely to blend in with the town hall curtains than stand out in Congress. One of Greg's standout jabs. Schiff's now iconic startled owl expression, a constant mix of confusion and urgency, like even he couldn't
plan it, and I guess he makes it work, Tyrus. But
Does he?
but isn't it? I mean, I don't want to get mad about this because he's such a joke, but the fact that he isn't going to be really get any punishment.
Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you. Oh, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Mr.
That expression, wide-eyed panic, became Schiff's trademark, making every issue, big or small, feel like it needed a crisis response team. And as the roast rolled on, Gutfeld couldn't help but highlight Schiff's so-called transparency and truth-teller persona. T.O. Greg. Schiff had a knack for dressing up non-events like they were exclusive leaks from a high-stakes spy thriller. It wasn't politics, it was reality TV with a side of political paranoia. Schiff wasn't just participating in governance, he was producing melodrama, episode after episode. One of Gutfeld's favorite jabs, comparing Schiff's political style to a Ken Burns documentary about himself. Because, in Greg's eyes, Schiff didn't just speak to voters, He monologued to history, like every press conference deserved a voiceover. Honestly, the idea of a narrator following Schiff around sounded more believable than half the things he claimed. Then there was Schiff's favorite role, the victim. Despite years of spinning theories on national TV, he seemed genuinely stunned when anyone dared to question him. Gutfeld painted the picture perfectly, like someone shocked to be called out after nearly blowing the speakers with non-stop dramatic proclamations, a predictable drama by the end. Gutfeld pulled out every satirical weapon to show just how predictable Schiff's drama had become. False alarms, conspiracy whispers, dramatic pauses, it had all turned into background noise. Schiff kept shouting, hoping each new warning would land like the last. But the audience? They'd heard it all before, so you have to ask, what kept Schiff going? Was it blind optimism, a love for the spotlight, or just a flair for the theatrical that drew attention every time he spoke, with Gutfeld steering the roast? What we witnessed was part unraveling, part stand-up routine, and entirely a tragicomic take on Schiff's political saga. Now it's your turn. What part of Gutfeld's roast hit hardest for you? Which line had you laughing, nodding, or rolling your eyes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what stuck with you most.